Bismillah. Okay, so I want to briefly explain today my sentence mining technique in Anki while reading Harry Potter. So currently, I've been going through Harry Potter um, to improve my Arabic and take my Arabic um, from sort of, I would say, a really sort of not like whatever the opposite of advanced is, but like I'm kind of in the early stages of being an intermediate um, Arabic learner to being more advanced. And I think really one of the biggest keys for language learning, I mean, even overall, is vocabulary. So the thing I've been doing is I've been going through Harry Potter, and the reason why is because honestly, I've been able to get good resources for this. I have the book in Arabic, I have the good book in English, and I also have the audiobook in Arabic, which I can listen to. So what I do is, and what I've been doing for the past little while is, I've been sentence mining the words that I don't know in the text as I'm reading them. And that's what I want to show you today. I want to show you sort of the process that I go through um, in sentence mining and adding it into my Anki flashcards so that I can help revise those words that I've come across in the book while reading, and it'll really help me to consolidate those words that I want to learn. And I'm finding it to be very helpful. So, yeah, I'll get right into it. I want to share with you the tools that I use. I use a couple of tools here I have open. First thing is Audacity, which is a fantastic tool. I've taken the MP3 copy of the audiobook. I bring it in here and I cut it up. So that I only have the words that I'm looking to import into my flashcards. I have the dictionary, which is included in Mac OS. I have Anki, the desktop version of Anki. I have a custom card here, but you don't have to worry about that because you can just do this on a normal flashcard. And then I have a couple of other tools here, Al Maani, which is a um, a very good dictionary. I especially like it, the Arabic to Arabic dictionary, and I also use the conjugation here. I can just quickly copy paste it without having to sit down and conjugate it. And then I have Google Translate open. I mean, in certain cases, I will sometimes the Arabic to Arabic definition. I'll double check that the meaning I understood it right because sometimes I still don't have a large vocabulary, so sometimes they're even in the definition I might bring into the flashcard, I might not fully grasp it, so I want to make sure that I got it correct. So I already have an example sentence which I should have copied, and what I'll do is so the other thing when I go through this, I read the Arabic text, then I read the English text. I might actually reverse that going forward, where actually I'm planning to maybe read the English first, then read the Arabic, then I will listen to the audio. Okay. And as I go through the audio, that's where I start pausing for those words that I want to extract and do the sentence mining for. I stop with the audio and I'll start extracting those. So I already have a sentence here. And the way that I take the sentence out of the book, the physical book, is using an app called Google Lens. If you search up maybe a quick tutorial, you basically scan the page and you can copy whatever sentences you want to extract into a Word document or whatever. Like here, I'm using it in Anki. So you can quickly and easily do that. So if I paste here, the sentence I have is here, and then I've already actually got the audio that I'm looking to extract here in Audacity. So if I play, you should be hopefully able to listen to the audio. I don't know if I'm sharing audio here. My screen's audio. So قال هاجرد وهو ينشج. I don't know the meaning of ينشج. Okay, so I'm going to bold this text. I'm going to copy it. So what I do is I'll bring the text in. I'll copy it into here. Okay, I'll copy it into al-ma'ani. Okay, and usually it's easier just if you go to the third person. third person past tense, which should be nasha. So if I go nasha. Okay. Okay, so we have it here. Okay, and we have the conjugation. We have a full conjugation here. Usually in the Oxford Dictionary, you only get the third person past tense, you get the present tense, past tense, and you get the verbal noun. So if I input it here, the word is, and I have a specific way that I like to split it up. So this will go on the back of the card, so that I can see the full conjugation and any other forms of that word. So nashaja yanshiju, nashj, or nashij, nashij. Yeah, so these are the different forms, and I like to separate the change in the conjugation by, I have my own way that I just like to see this. So that's how I've inputted it. Now, the meaning here clearly is to sob, to weep. And this is قال هاجر وهو ينشج. So Hagrid said, and he was weeping. So I'll put the meaning in English. I have my own field. But then I also like to try to input Arabic definitions. And I want to get to the point in the future, really my goal is where I'm learning Arabic through Arabic, where I'm only using Arabic definitions. But again, you really need to have a big vocabulary to learn Arabic through the Arabic language. So I'm trying to have both there for myself to use. So نشج الباكي خاصة ببكائي من غير انتحاب. Don't even know what that means. Okay. I think this is, it's probably, if I go down. So this, usually I'll just get my my definition from here. This is معجم المعاني الجامع. There's a number of different options. The second one, which is usually down here, في قاموس الكل, which is usually as far as I'll really go. But if I go down, so it's saying غصة. See, I don't even, so this is kind of advanced for me, this definition, but I'll copy it. And usually that's why I'll just quickly go here just to kind of crying in his throat without whimpering. I don't know if that's correct. But this looks like the definition, so I'll keep this. This definition. But regardless, I mean, so I'll add this, but in this case, maybe there's certain cards I can easily refer to just the Arabic definition, and there's certain cards, I mean, in this case, I'm probably going to be referring to the English definition. But then I also want the audio, right? So what I do is I've already selected the audio. So I will go File, I will extract the selected audio, and I will copy this sentence from here, because the sentence will actually be the name of the audio file. So if I go to audio, I can actually paste. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I have that, and now if I go here, this is what my actual card would look like. Now, if this is maybe useful to anyone who understands custom cards, and if they like the way I've created my card, then you can do what I have here. Otherwise, you just have to, like the way you have a default front of the card field, you have the front of the card field, you just put everything in one place. قال هاجريد وهو ينشج آسف. And so I really like this because I'm still getting used to reading without tashkil or harakat, which are the verbal signs here. So what I usually do is when I'm practicing and I'm going through my flashcards, I will try to read it first without obviously the tashkil, and then I'll listen and I'll see where am I making a mistake? Do I need to correct my pronunciation of any of these words? Am I getting the grammar correct as well, right? Because grammar is dependent on the usually the ending of the word. And then the back of the card will look like this. So I'll see um, the definition of that word from in the sentence that I don't understand. And there are two factors for me to consider that flashcard as having gotten it correct. Number one, I have to understand obviously the meaning of the highlighted word. So the meaning here would be the meaning is to weep or to cry. And the second factor is to understand the overall meaning of that sentence. So I have to understand um, Hagrid said, and or while weeping, or Hagrid said as he wept, sorry, right? So I have to generally, I have to understand in my mind the meaning of that sentence. So if I get the meaning of the word correct, and I get the overall meaning of that uh, uh, sentence correct in my mind, like I understand the meaning. So then that flashcard would be considered as being a pass. And yeah, I go through these then on a daily basis. And as I get those correct, those will continue to be pushed out further and further in my review, um, in my list of flashcards. And that's pretty much it. So I'll add that card, and there you have it. That's how I go through and do sentence mining for Harry Potter. I highly recommend it, even if you are at a more beginner level. Take a beginner text, take something like Qisas al-Nabeen, which I know is a very popular book, um, or even children's books. Like I have sentence mining that I've done for very basic children's books, like I have Oxford, the Arabic readers, which I have gone through, and I've even sentence mined vocabulary that I don't know. And so I really think this is a really useful feature, or really useful rather methodology, um, for you to take vocabulary and really, really learn it to the extent where it kind of becomes ingrained in you. So yeah, if you have any questions, I'm sure there's maybe questions about some of the tools that I'm using here. If you have any questions, let me know, and inshallah, I'm going to try my best to get to it. But thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best.